Last year, new graduate hiring at the largest tech companies fell by roughly 60%. Entry-level software postings are still sitting far below their 2022 peak, and they never recovered. But senior infrastructure pay went the other way. It climbed. So before you trust a single headline that tells you AI is replacing developers, look at that split. The market isn't shrinking, it's sorting. AI isn't replacing all developers. It's replacing the developers whose value was never very deep. And over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly where the line is being drawn, because which side of it you land on has almost nothing to do with how much code you write. I'm not reading this off a press release. I track the infrastructure layer, the part of this industry that doesn't fit inside a demo. And the demo is where almost every AI replaces engineers story actually lives. A model writes a working function on stage. Everyone panics, and nobody asks the one question that actually matters in production. When this breaks at 3 in the morning, who's accountable? Hold on to that question. It's the whole video. Here's the first thing the demos hide. Generating code and owning a system are not the same job. They were never the same job. In 2026, 69% of organizations said they found vulnerabilities that AI-generated code had introduced into their own systems. 1 in 5 reported an incident with real business impact: money, downtime, data. Now watch what happens next, because this is the tell. When teams got asked who's to blame, the answers scattered. Some blamed the security team, some blamed the developer, some blamed whoever merged the code. Notice what nobody said. The AI is responsible. Because it can't be. You can't put a model on an incident call. You can't point a regulator, an angry customer, or your own CTO at a model and say it owned that decision. Responsibility doesn't compress. That's the part of the job AI literally cannot take. Not won't, can't. So if writing code is the part that's getting automated, what's left? This is where most people get seniority completely wrong. A senior engineer was never the person who writes the most code. In a world with AI, that person is the most exposed, not the least. The real senior is the one who makes the best decisions under constraints. Read that again, under constraints. Anyone can pick the right tool with unlimited time, unlimited budget, and infinite compute. That's not engineering, that's shopping. Engineering is what you do with 800 milliseconds of latency budget, a fixed cloud bill, a deadline, and a system that cannot go down. AI is fantastic at generating options. It's structurally bad at choosing between them when the trade-offs are real because it doesn't carry the consequences of the choice. And the consequences are exactly where the money's hiding. I'll show you that number in a minute. Let me make this concrete because good decisions sounds like a motivational poster. The senior work, the part getting more valuable, not less, lives in 5 words. Architecture, cost, latency, failure, trade-offs. Architecture, how the pieces fit so the system survives its own growth. Cost, the gap between a feature that works and a feature that quietly bankrupts the unit economics. Latency, the milliseconds users feel and the budget you spend to win them. Failure, not if it breaks, but how it breaks, and whether it takes everything down with it. And trade-offs, the judgment that there's no clean answer, only a least bad one you can defend at 3 in the morning. None of these are coding problems. They're judgment problems with a dollar figure attached. An AI can write the function inside the system. It can't tell you whether the system should exist in that shape at all. Now here's the turn, and it's the opposite of what the panic headlines tell you. AI getting better doesn't threaten the engineers who understand infrastructure. It makes them more expensive. Here's the mechanism. When code becomes cheap to generate, the bottleneck moves. It moves to the person who decides what to build, how it should be shaped, and what it costs to run. By the end of 2026, roughly 8 in 10 large engineering organizations will run a dedicated platform team, up about 35 points in 4 years. Platform and infrastructure engineers are reporting the fastest pay growth of any role surveyed. Senior infrastructure comp now runs from the low 180s on average up past 380, 400,000 at the top at AI labs and the largest public software companies. That's not a dying skill. That's the skill the whole industry is quietly bidding up while everyone stares at the chatbot. The engineers who can read a system, cost, latency, failure modes, just had their leverage multiplied. AI is the multiplier. They're the thing being multiplied. But I promised you the other side, and this is the uncomfortable part. The same wave lifting the infrastructure people is exposing a different group, and they've got the word senior in their title too. If your seniority was really about coordinating tickets, moving work between people, status updates, translating between a manager and a Jira board, I have to be honest with you, that's the layer AI eats first. Not the deep architectural judgment, the coordination. And here's the part nobody says out loud. A lot of senior titles were tenure, not judgment. Time served, not decisions owned. For years that was survivable because the org needed a human rooter. AI is a very good router, so the title stops protecting you. The question stops being, how senior is your badge, and becomes, how deep is your judgment when the badge is gone? I'll tell you straight, that question made me audit my own work, hard. It's not a comfortable thing to ask yourself, but it's a far cheaper question to ask now than to have the market ask it for you. So this is the real split. Not human versus AI. It's depth versus the performance of depth. On one side, the engineers who understand why the system is shaped the way it is and can defend the trade-offs. AI makes them richer. On the other, the people whose value was a layer of coordination on top of code they never deeply understood. AI makes them redundant. The good news, and this is genuine, the deep side is learnable. Nobody's born understanding latency budgets and failure domains. You cross over by doing the unglamorous thing, owning a system end-to-end, being on the incident call, making a trade-off you have to live with. AI can hand you the code for all of it. It can't hand you the scars, and the scars are the job. Remember the question from the start. At 3 in the morning, when it breaks, who's accountable? That was never a side detail. That's the definition of a senior engineer, and it's the one thing this entire technology cannot absorb. AI didn't come to replace senior engineers. It came to audit them. It's going to find the ones whose seniority was real and quietly expose the ones whose value was never very deep. But that raises a harder question, the one I couldn't fit in here. If AI keeps getting better, which senior track actually benefits the most? Because they don't benefit equally. There's one discipline where the entry-level door is closing, but senior demand is climbing faster than almost anywhere else in tech, and most bootcamp graduates have never even heard of it. I break down which careers survive AI saturation, and where the $400,000 salaries are concentrating in this next video. Watch that one next. It's the other half of this argument. And if this changed how you'll read the next AI replaces developers headline, that reading between the lines is the whole point of this channel. Subscribe and stay skeptical.